Hey everyone, Boomsy here with the Gunpla Network. Today we're going to take a look and review the Gundam Avalanche Exia. Again, if you missed the unboxing, this is from the side stories from Gundam 00. Now this video is brought to us by our fine sponsors over at Canadian Gundam. Go over there and use your code Gunpla Network to save 10% off your entire order. Taking a look at the kit, looking really nice. We'll get this rotating here. So overall stature of the kit, it does look great. It is a little bit of a hand grenade with some of the accessories on it. We'll go over that once we get our hands onto it. But, I mean, just even standing, it does look great. It looks intimidating. I do enjoy the bulk. I wish they would have made the legs a little bit longer, but we'll get into that, with their review. And if you look at the manual or the box, they did provide the parts if you wanted to do it without the bulk on the ski legs, which is down here. They did that. I tried it out. I didn't really like the way that it looks, so we're just going to review it in the Exia Avalanche form. I did do a little bit of painting. I'm not the greatest painter in the world, but the clear pieces made it look really good. On the head, that's where I used a little bit of metallic green. The chest there, I also used a little bit of metallic green. On the side of the head, a little bit of metallic green. On the eyes, I just used the stickers, and those came out okay, but this is straight out of the box without any panel lining. Minor paint job just because I didn't like the stickers. As you can see, I wanted to put these foldable foil stickers on just to kind of see what they would look like. They don't look great. Those are gonna come off. This one's come off like 12 times on its own. I pushed it back up. It just will not stick. So overall, again, the scale, I feel like the legs are a little too short for how bulky this kit is. I wish it was a little bit longer, but it is the high grade version. I know there was a lot of design improvements with the master grade version. Another portion of it that I do not enjoy is the hip area. This part here, it seems to pop off a lot down here, which is not great, especially when you're trying to pose it. But let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation. The head does move all around here, left and right, like you would expect, up and down. A little bit of that side-to-side action, nothing too crazy to write home about. These parts do move up and down individually on both sides. Initially on the kit, they usually have them up, since he is a fast boy. On the shoulders, they have some faux sabers, as I call them. They're just holders. They don't really do anything. They don't attach to the actual GN sabers or the blades at all. They are just there for show. Moving on to the shoulder armor, this piece is actually really well done. I was actually fairly surprised at this one because it is a high grade and it's almost like 12 years old for being a high grade. They did a fantastic job with this one. As you can see, it does open up and you can close that down, and it does move up and down, and it does have a lot of articulation, which is really surprising for some of the other things about this kit. The shoulder joint, you're gonna get, just basically that same rotation that you would expect. Full rotation all the way around. Gotta be careful that these bad boys don't smack into anything. Turning it around, I just wanted to show that detail on the back. Like I said, a lot of opportunity for panel lining, and some of those joints and movements and everything could be fixed by glue, so it's not terrible. Looking at the flex, oh god, losing stuff. Like I said, this thing, it likes to drop things, so we're gonna try to find where those went. Give me a second. Alright, got the hand back on. Let's go ahead and do the elbow bend. That's about all you're gonna get due to that armor bulk. You will get a full rotation around. Wrist rotation, kind of what you would expect from a ball joint. It does actually move everything. You have to press with a little bit of pressure to kind of get that to move on its own. Then it likes to come off like so. It's very, very shallow unless you push all the way in. Got some good detail there. Chest piece is going to move with the armor on the shoulder. You're going to get the open wide there, And that's pretty much it. This part likes to come off as well, so just be really careful. Overall, torso rotation is good. There's no real side-to-side or back-to-back rocking. That's just due to the age of the kit. And so we're not going to get too much there, but it doesn't really need it. It actually helps the stability of the bulkiness on the top. Front skirt, it is one piece, which is, you know how that works. You get that kick up and it kind of stops and blocks everything. The back skirt does not move at all. It is just this giant butt flap that kind of moves the entire body, surprisingly. It's attached there on the bottom, as you can see, your normal peg stand style, and then two pieces on there. It does not have great leg articulation since it is the ball and joint older style, so you're not going to get too much there. We can take a look at that. You're going to get that really sad stanky leg, unfortunately. Let's move the arm up. The kick up to the front is very awkward as the side skirt blocks you and limits you, so you're only going to get that nice little shin kick. Armor, again, the Exia Avalanche's armor looks great, but this one is just on a PC ball, which likes to pop off like crazy. The back of the armor, or the thrusters here that go onto the feet, these are great, but they do not bode well without this stand that is provided in the kit, which is really nice. So there's a look at one side with the skis and the other side without it. The back booster also has really good articulation, but the bend at the knee is pretty standard, but it's hard to bend it because it doesn't really do too much since the skirt blocks it. This part here likes to constantly become loose, so just be careful when you're posing. It doesn't look too bad standing up, but it does look better on the stand. Everything on this kit looks better. It actually looks much larger on the stand. So taking a look at the back here, you can see the GN unit. It's got a little bit of articulation on the holders for the faux blades, as I call them. There is a holster for the GN short blade, which is nice. Got some pretty good detail on there. And then the GN long blade, which is here. Pretty much the same thing, just a longer version. You're going to get these little tiny holders, which these like to fall off as well. And then the Bloodborne Switchblade Shield GN Buster, which I'll put this guy down so we can take a look at that. Okay, so this is a very great looking weapon. And again, I say great looking weapon, but my goodness, did they give us the smallest peg possible to hold this behemoth of a weapon for this guy. This thing does not lock well, even though it's supposed to lock well. On the backpack, it tends to slide off. It doesn't stay where it's supposed to stay, even when it's held. It's just kind of a mess. It's going to need a little bit of work, maybe some thickener, for the paint, clear coat, nail polish, whatever you want to use. But overall, I mean, I've always been a fan of this weapon because it just looks great, but this application of it on the high grade is not great. And it came apart. The kit also comes with a standard beam saber. It is not colored at all. It is just plain, looks like an old style toothpick that you'd get at a bar. It is very lackluster. Now the stand that this thing came with, 10 out of 10. It is just a simple tri-stand. It's got its own little motion here, so you can get a little bit of balance from that. It's got two different angles for the peg joints on the bottom, and on the bottom of it, it's got a cap for the plug hole, and right here, you can store the claws that actually go onto the bottom ski pieces, as I call them, and those just go here. one that was manufactured in 2010. The plastic is pretty much on par with some of Bandai's newer kits, but I think around that time they revamped the formula. I don't remember, but I did hear that. So the final verdict for this high-grade Avalanche Exia, I would say if you're on a budget and you love 00 and the variant from the side story, pick it up. If not, save a little bit of money, grab the master grade version if you have time to build it. I know that it has a ton of parts. I actually was taking a look at it myself after building this one because I just love the sheer hulking presence of it. And don't forget to visit our sponsors for the video, Canadian Gundam, and use your code Gunpla Network to save 10% off your entire order. This is Boomzy signing off, and don't forget to keep building.